Hello, friends, and welcome to the Bridge for Women Worldwide. I am Fiona Sitkin, a producer of Stories of My Life series, talking today about my daughter Helen. It's not easy, but I'm determined to leave a family's memory trail. Fine with you? Okay, let's go. When a little girl, we called Helen Alona or Alonushka, using a diminutive. She was born in the former Soviet Union, a country non-existent today, where her native city Uzhgorod is now part of Ukraine. Helen grew up as a slim, shy girl. With her being shy and very private, it never stopped to amaze me that she always knew what she wanted and could spell it out all right. For instance, case one. I worked as an English teacher at the time when Helen was the first grader. And one day, out of the blue, she told me, I don't want to be a teacher like you, because you are always busy grading papers. I want to be a ballet dancer or actress and live free the way I want. She said so in part because she attended the ballet classes and adored her instructors. The teachers told us that she was very talented for dance. Case two. As time went by, a second grader, Helen, brought home a form and said, "Sign here, please." The form was her application to the music school, and her parents had to sign that they would be paying for it. Okay, I signed. Soon she went to take and pass the entrance exam to the music school, all by herself, all alone, as I was busy teaching at the university. Helen demonstrated her passion for music from year one, so we bought a piano for her to practice at home. She loved her music teacher called Matilda Yemelyanovna, and she even called her guinea pig in her name, Matilda. The teacher, in turn, recommended to us that Helen choose music as a career, as Helen's got talent. Plus, it was considered a good profession for a woman. Well, I remember how I suggested this to Helen casually at lunch. She responded with passion, very emotionally, telling me her mind, her peace of mind. Quote, our country lies in ruins. Its economy is at ground zero. And you suggest I go study music? No, I will be an economist. And economist she became. It was a long way to become the economist, though, starting in Ukraine, then attending Agnes Scott College in Atlanta, Georgia, on full support merit scholarship, then making it to Cornell, an elite Ivy League university. Masters, PhDs, then a postdoc at the best American public University of California at Berkeley. All these mean the high-end education in America with its best universities in the world. It takes courage and brains to restart your life in a new country, coming from Ukraine to the US. But Helen has been very perceptive to the American culture, as well as to its subcultures. For example, I remember when she came home to New Jersey for her first student vacation from Atlanta, Georgia. At lunch, she said reflectively, with a traditional Southern attitude, probably Yankees, some Yankees are not too bad, especially here in New Jersey. It was the first time I ever heard that the Yankees could be bad or not so bad. How do you like that perspective, huh? Way to go. I heard an interesting comment about Helen. On the telephone with my friend from Uzhgorod, Ukraine, I boasted to her that during the pandemic, I planted a new garden of 9 trees, saying, "This is the best thing I've done in my entire life." My friend Valentina objected. "No," she said, "the best thing you've done is your daughter, Helen." And I agreed because that's true and to the point. I don't take all credit for Helen's upbringing, and neither does my husband Alex. Why? Because I know for a fact that Agnes Scott College, a private women's college in metropolitan Atlanta, Georgia, played a big role in her development, molding a lot into what she is today. First, it's fine-tuned her orientation towards women's significance and women's rights. Second, her English professor, Dr. Christine Cousins, became her role model, whose classes deepened Helen's critical thinking and love of literature. And lastly, her economics professor, Dr. Edmund Sheehy, helped her specify the how-to for becoming truly independent, financially independent. It was they who launched Helen professionally and personally. We appreciate that. Thank you so much, professors. Additionally, 5 years at Cornell have been equally important for Helen. Besides studies, she fell in love with another Cornelian named Eric Schneider. They met at the bookstore. And in 1 year after graduating, with PhDs in hand, they came back to get married on Cornell campus at the Grand Cornell University Sage Chapel. And family and friends from all over the United States came up to Ithaca, New York for her nuptials. So I felt extremely lucky to dance at my daughter's wedding, my long cherished dream. Beautiful memories. A reminder of those times, Helen's wedding dress, custom made of the Italian silk, is still preserved in a special box in our basement. It's waiting for the next family member to get married. Hope I will live long enough to see this, but who knows? By the way, do you know what makes me feel especially happy about Helen? Let me tell you. She is very, very accomplished, very curious, a loving daughter, a wife, cousin, niece, and mother of three, Anna Harris, Margaret Bella, and William Alexander. Our favorite time of the year is when Helen and her family all come up from Austin, Texas, to stay with us in Warren, New Jersey. And also when Alex and I visit our family in Texas. Nothing can be better than family time. If you wonder why I called this episode Helen of Austin, I'd say it's simple. For us and our near and dear, Helen embodies the best there is in Austin. Everything traditionally identified as Helen of Troy attributes. Simply the best. Our Helen is beautiful inside and out, with her nature shining through from soul, heart, and mind. What makes Helen a beautiful professional is her grasp of her subject and preparation from her popular classes in economics, as attested by her students on the University of Texas Austin website, as well as her colleagues. Thank you so much. As for her nuclear family of five and the broader family circle, Helen always remains the center of the universe, the Helen of Austin. Thank you for listening, my friends. Please subscribe to our channel and join the club of 15,000 plus subscribers. Subscribe. I love you too. I salute you. For now, stay well. Bye bye.